Hi, I'm Rachel Whitefield, certified life coach, and with me is our resident belle of the ball, Jackie Black. Thank you for joining us for another fantastic episode of Whiskey Bent and
Spellbound with Black.
Whitefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel, what are we drinking today?
Ooh, it is a good one. It is a new whiskey today, and we are sticking with the theme of today's show, and we are drinking Dough Ball Cookie Dough Whiskey. For our YouTube listener or watchers, it is on the screen right now. It is so cute. They have a little like bulldog embossed on their like bottle, but it's cookie dough whiskey, which was
Yeah,
crazy when
it
we
is
came across this.
really good, is
Um,
what it is.
and so buckle up for this whiskey, everyone. This was a TikTok find that someone sent us on our TikTok at whiskey-bent.spellbound and suggested we try this on the show. So yeah,
I love that. I love
it's
that we're
so
getting
good.
feedback from our listeners. We love it. Thank you for the suggestion. Please send more. We love to hear it. But FYI, the drink that we make in this episode,
Mm.
I know you're going to run it down, but ladies, this is a PSA from me to you. Please be careful because it is very easy to drink this drink. Very, very. But go get it because it's
Go get it.
amazing.
It's so good.
Yep.
So
You got ice molds?
we do have ice molds. We have special ice molds on both parts of the
On.
episode. Today, I'm still sticking with my obviously I got Star Wars ice molds. So we're going and with I have R2D2 today. It's a big R2 along with
You're holding
again,
it with two hands.
baby R2 as well. So these are melting in my hands from the lights. But yes, I have a big R2 and it's so much fun. And again, not sponsored, but they're gonna be one of these days. But we with Sapphire Blue.
The fancy sprinkles.
Yes, from Fancy Sprinkles, because it was R2. I had to do blue. I feel like that's his default color. So even though I do lean towards more of like the diamonds, the moonstones, the pink glitters, today I went blue in honor of R2D2. So yes. So again,
I love Fancy Sprinkles so much. I love that it's a woman-owned company. I love that. Yep, I love that it can be put in your ice. I love I just love everything. Their social media is so fun to watch. Get it.
It is so much fun. Spirits pouring the spirit today.
So it's making your drink. It just gives it a zhuzh.
It's a zhuzh. It's a festive. R2s, more R2s. Got two big R2s. Adding the small ones. But we're going to buckle up. This is such a fun episode. I loved making this. And then, listeners, we also talk about what it's like to be a single lady living alone. So, pros, cons, all the things. So, buckle up, sit back, and relax as you listen to Jackie and I together in real life in Colorado making a dessert cocktail made from the delicious Dough Ball whiskey. We will see you here afterwards for our tarot pull for the Spellbound portion. So we please enjoy our Dough Ball whiskey episode. Hi, welcome to Whiskey Bent and
Spellbound with Black
and Whitefield. I'm Rachel Whitefield, certified life coach, and with me is
Jackie Black, your resident cocktail queen.
Cocktail queen. I'm going to say that is we're co-podium on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
100%.
Sure.
We are your resident cocktail queens tonight.
And today on Whiskey Bent Spellbound, we're going to do something a little bit different. Before we did caftan and cocktails, we're drinking a little White Claw while cooking. Today, we are making a TikTok find.
Yes. We're so excited about it.
And it is whiskey, and it's called a dough ball.
Yeah, it's cookie dough flavored.
It's cookie dough flavored whiskey. So we couldn't find the large bottle, but thank you, my local fancy liquor store, Bubbles, found it. So this is Dough Ball Cookie Dough Whiskey. I'm going to bring it in. Ooh, look at that. So we just bought a lot of these small shooter sizes, and then we are going to make a cocktail together this evening. Are you ready?
I'm really excited about this because apparently it's just liquor dessert. It's dessert liquor.
Yes. So it's fancy.
I'm really excited.
So our ingredients today, we do have our jigger, and then we have our dough wall whiskey, and then we you will need like a
bitter.
chocolate bitters. And so what I have is strong water cacao chocolate cocktail bitters. They're fancy. It's a nice bottle.
Yes.
Yes.
And like ladies, if you're trying to get into some whiskey drinking, I highly recommend a chocolate bitter. You can drink your whiskey straight if you add a couple of drops of chocolate bitters, and it just tastes so good.
And then we also have just regular bar simple syrup. So let's go. Oh, and then as a garnish, we also have just raw cookie dough from the store.
Yeah.
A little.
This is an important part.
Yeah. So it's just the little squares that we already had, and that is the garnish. So we have our whiskey glasses here. Should we start with the fancy
Let's
ice
talk
malt?
about this ice. What kind of ice do we have today, Rachel?
I'm so glad you asked, Jackie. Snakes. We have Cobra ice molds. Let me go get them.
Imagine how excited I am for these.
Cobras
Being
with
that-
glitter in them.
Being that we're both of the house of Slytherin.
We are both Slytherins, yes, that is correct.
I couldn't think of a more perfect ice mold
And
than
again,
the Cobra.
Rachel finds everything in her life on Amazon.
Amazing.
So it will be linked later. So
Yes.
let's just see. Like,
Gosh. They came out so good.
hold on. I don't want to like break.
I don't
it.
want to prematurely celebrate.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, look how, stop. Okay, so she dusted the inside of these molds with the glitter before she added the water, and the way the glitter is throughout the entire ice. You guys can't see it yet. She'll show the camera. But shout out Fancy Sprinkles yet again.
You can't really see it, but when it starts to like
Yes.
melt, however, this ice mold goes straight into this cup.
Bye.
Look how perfect.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about how cool I look right now.
Oh, that is your green one. I put gold glitter on this one.
Oh, yes.
Mhm. Ooh, Rachel did good on the ice mold.
Yeah, you really
today.
figured it out.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm like dying.
These look really cool.
When I eat, okay, so Jackie really loves snakes, and so someone asked me, okay, so do you really like snakes, Rachel? And I was like, I like the idea. Look at this ice mold, you guys.
It's really cool.
Like,
It's really cool.
look at this. It is an ice sculpture that I did not have to carve.
That's true. It is true.
Yes, so we're gonna put these in our glasses.
Set them
Ice molds away.
so gingerly.
Yes. So let's see what we have. Okay, so the recipe, let's just dive right in with our Cobra whiskey molds. Oh my god, this is just the
Let
best
me move
thing.
everything out of the way.
Yes. Okay, so we have dough ball cookie dough whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. Let's just open it and like sniff it.
Okay.
You know, let's just sniff, see what it is. Maybe take a little neat swig about it.
A little neat
A
swig.
little neat swig. Okay. What do
Okay.
you
I smell right off the bat chocolate.
Chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really sweet, almost like a little bit of caramel, but it does smell a little bit like cookie dough.
It's not straight chocolate, but like
No.
whatever it is infused with, almost. I don't want to be like, oh, cookie dough, but like a hint of oatmeal, but like
But a hint of oatmeal.
it's just a little. It is like a perfume at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, you want to take a little swig?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, a little tasty. That is not bad.
This is delicious.
That's good.
The way I could shoot this entire bottle without anything.
I feel a whisper of warmth on like in the back of my throat.
Yeah, but not
It's
crazy.
not hot. It is not spicy.
Do you feel the warmth on your tongue, like right on the tip?
Yeah, but like you know how like some whiskeys can burn.
Yeah, the tannic.
This
There's no tannic
Mm-mm.
reaction.
I don't. Oh my.
Oh yeah, these are
Oh my,
dangerous.
yeah. Careful tonight. Careful, because this is like this is our first unboxing. We've never experienced this.
We've
whiskey
never
before.
had dough ball whiskey.
Oh my god, I'm gonna take a little bit more.
Let's have just one more swig. See what else we can taste in there.
Because if this is our bargain basement of where we're starting out today, can you imagine what we're making? Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm really excited for this drink now.
So the recipe goes, it's 2 ounces of dough ball whiskey, 2 to 3 drops of bitters, and a ½ ounce of simple syrup. However, I don't know if I have a dropper of all the things in my kitchen.
We can just, you know what we can do? We can do it the way
we can do a straw.
Yeah.
I have a million straws.
Yep.
Fancy straws.
We'll just
Okay.
do the air drop.
Airdrop. Okay, so let's measure. The spirit's not spearing it today.
You're going to measure it?
I'm going to measure it because we're going to follow the recipe. And Rachel follows. Ooh,
Rachel follows the rules.
Rachel follows the rules. Jacqueline does not. All right, the sugar is the whole thing.
I want to hear, yeah, see?
Sugar's the whole thing. Oh, I spilled. Hold on. Jackie's making a double.
I'm doing the thing right away. Always pour over your ice mold. Pour your whiskey over your ice
Let that
mold.
ice marinate.
Okay, you guys, immediately look at what's happening.
Look at the sparkle. Can you see the sparkle in the drink?
Like,
oh my. Oh my.
And don't let anybody tell you you can't carry edible glitter in your purse, please. We have given you permission. You do that.
You don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
You don't.
Okay, so we're going to do 2 to 3 drops of bitters. Might just do 1 because, it has a hole.
Oh, we don't even have to measure. We don't have to do a little dropper. You got to do it over the ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a fair amount.
And then I'm just, again,
You're
going to
gonna do a
measure.
few.
I measure with my heart, ladies
Jacqueline
and
measures
gents.
her heart. Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I did 5 or 6 drops because
Okay.
I really, I drink whiskey on a regular basis, and I put chocolate bitters on every drink.
Yeah, I learned that from you. Okay, and then it says ½ ounce of simple syrup. So I'm gonna not do the whole thing. We're just gonna.
Just a
I
little
don't
bit.
know what it is. Okay, we'll see it. Jackie, you do you.
Okay.
Do what you want to do. My hands go sticky.
I actually genuinely am not familiar with the way simple syrup tastes, so I'm going to do the exact same amount that you
Okay.
did, even
We
though
can-
it's probably not enough.
We can always add more. Can't take away.
And then
And
let me get to the piece de resistance.
the
where
piece
you
de
keep-
resistance.
continue talking.
Oh yes. Let me see. Get a bar. I do have a little stirrer here. I'm gonna mix it all up. Give it a couple swirls with my snake in there. Jimmy, give a little swirl in there.
Yeah, give me a little
A
swirly.
little swirly.
Oh my gosh.
And for garnish, we have put these in the freezer, but we have our
harden them
very own dough balls. Again, thank you, Pillsbury.
They come in little squares, so
Come in
just make them
squares.
into little balls.
And so I cut the square in half and then rolled that into a ball. So this is one square. You drop it in there.
Oh my gosh. I am so excited.
I know, right?
Ready? Clinkies.
Twinkies.
Oh my god.
This is
Dangerous.
This is dessert in a glass.
Yeah, and it's whiskey.
Yeah, it's whiskey. Yeah.
Oh,
my.
this is really,
It smells
really
so good.
delicious.
I feel like the glitter only enhances the dessert drink.
Yeah, no, this is part of the recipe now.
Yeah, like you have to add.
And look,
Oh,
it doesn't sink.
My snake did come apart. Man down. However,
man
it's okay.
down.
Man down.
Mine's almost melty. It's okay.
Yeah.
But like, because it's got the simple syrup in there, I don't know if you noticed, but the glitter is not settling.
Ooh, it's not a problem with glitter. You just have to be aware because
That
the
you are
glitter
a
is-
stirrer.
Yeah, you have to be a stirrer. And so whenever I'm out with glitter in my cocktail, I'm always like with a chopstick or a straw, like stirring to mix it up because it's heavier. But yeah, it's not heavier than the simple syrup,
No,
which is nice.
it just floats around. And it look at this.
Oh my
Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
And then because we are Whiskey Bent Spellbound, a black and white field, can we do a fit check, Jackie?
Oh, I would love.
Can we do a fit check? Okay.
So first
of all,
I know you can't really see it because the counter is a little bit in the way, but this is like basically a Morticia dress
yes, from Rachel's closet.
from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And then where did you get this cute cover up? Because it's
Oh
magic.
God, I know, not Amazon. I actually got it from like a boutique in San Diego or something.
Every
I
single
know, I know.
Every single time
the bespoke pieces.
you have to have them.
However, let me do a little fit check. Oh, this is like a rainbow. Let me pull it up a little bit. Like
We
the
literally-
rainbow dress.
We are opposites if
Yes.
ever was. Oh my goodness, she's giving back.
She's giving back.
She's giving booty and low back, and there is nothing I love to see more on a woman.
Mm-hmm. Get that swimmer back in there.
Look at it.
I swam a 10K with this back.
Long distance with those muscles.
6.25 miles with these muscles. I want to show them off. I earned them. I want to show them off. Yes.
So what are we talking about?
That's mine.
Oh yeah, I'm stirring yours. What are we talking about?
Let's talk about the joys of living alone.
The joys and struggles
pros, cons.
But like,
let's just talk about living alone.
Yeah.
Living alone. Mm-hmm.
Well, because this is the first time I have ever lived alone in my entire life.
Okay.
I started raising kids when my brother was born. I was 6, and both of my parents were in the Navy. So I immediately turned into big sister / mom. And then I've been raising brothers and sisters. And then when I turned 19, I had a kid. So I've literally never, ever lived alone. And now, for the first time in my life, I'm alone every single day. There's nobody messing up my house besides me.
Yeah.
My socks are not being lost. My shampoo and conditioner is not being stolen. And let me tell you, I buy a package of Oreos and I go in there the next week and legit, I know you might be surprised, they are still all there.
There's still Oreos there?
There's still Oreos.
You know the exact amount that was in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're still there.
I love it.
So it's a new experience for me and I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm going to get the stickiness off the counter.
Yeah, get it. Go ahead.
Just stand here and enjoy
Yeah,
ourselves.
who cares?
Yes, I am.
But like it's something that I didn't prepare for.
Being alone.
Being alone.
Okay.
It was kind of shoved forcefully onto me.
Is it something that you looked forward to one day and now that you have it, you're like, what do I do with it?
What do I do with my hands? It's something that I thought I would do in my 20s. Right? So I really thought I would be Carrie Bradshaw, New York City. I thought I was going to do all of that. And that didn't happen because, of course, as women, like...
Yeah, you were going to go to New York.
Yeah, I was going to go to New York.
The whole thing.
I was going to do Juilliard and, like, art school and, like...
You told me.
I
remember.
I was going to go to Broadway.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh, I love this story.
So I don't remember a ton from high school. However, I just had this, like, brain blast one time because she sat in front of me in our senior year English class. And so, of course, I'm a left-hander. And so I'm writing in my notebook, just like, here we are. Just lefties out there, we write left-handed and our book is sideways.
Which seems uncomfy.
But that's the only way that I don't write slanted backwards. Anyways, okay, so I'm just in my desk, writing in my desk. And Jackie is in front of me. And so she turns around. She turns around at her desk and she writes with her damn right hand.
Right, showing off
with her right hand. And she writes
across my
notebook, Jacqueline Cairo. And she says, I'm going to be a famous actor someday.
One day.
That's what she says to me. She just turns around. And I'm not a problem with the right-handers. It's just it just fits so perfectly with the story because I know what happened. It's true. She just turned around, Jacqueline Cairo.
Turn right back around. First of all, what a crackhead. Why did I turn around and just write my name?
Is that your stage? You're like, it's a family name. Like
it is my family name.
Yeah, it is your family name. But I was like, where did that come from? And also Jacqueline Cairo. What a great fucking
It's great.
name. Yes.
Yeah. Listen,
that's why I like being Rachel Whitefield.
Stage name, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I like being Rachel Whitefield. I was like, that is a movie star name.
It is. I love it.
Rachel Whitefield, movie star name.
I think the best part about that story is because I have been divorced 3 times. I've had 4 last names, and I've decided that I am going to change my name for the very, very last time, and it is going to be Cairo. And it's such like a full circle moment. Like,
you look like Cleopatra.
I look like Cleopatra.
Look at you. She held an asp up to her chest to commit suicide.
She did, yeah. Yeah.
You're right there.
Right to her heart. She held it out.
Fucking heart. She's like, I'm going out of this world with a broken heart.
Yeah. Oh, she did. I like their story, but it's really, really
It is
toxic.
yeah. Okay, so living alone.
Yeah, I know. We will segue.
We did take our meds today.
We did. Mine's are worn off. Mine's.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
living alone has been such a fun experience because, like, I think the best part, and I think you have really showcased this in your apartment, is getting to decorate your space the way you fucking want. That means all the velvet furniture you could ever.
Everything is every sittable furniture. Every sittable surface in my apartment is velvet. Multicolored, jewel tones.
Oh, all jewel tones, which I am obsessed with.
Yeah.
Here's what's really funny about that. So you know about my sister, and she hates the feeling of velvet.
Okay.
All of my furniture is also velvet. And I was talking to her and she was like, is that a velvet couch? And I was like, yeah, all of my furniture is velvet. You're going to have to stand when you come over.
Yeah, your sister can come over.
Yeah, no, she's going to have to stand.
My desk.
She can't sit
She
anywhere.
could walk on my walking pad under my desk.
That's what she could sit
put
on
some
your
miles
bike.
on. That's a very uncomfortable seat.
I know.
She could sit on my spin bike.
Put some miles on
Put
the
some miles on
spin
the spin bike.
What are you experiencing that's a surprise to you?
So this isn't my first time living alone. When I was 19, I was a massage therapist at the Broadmoor. And so I packed up my truck and moved out to Colorado Springs for like a season, so the high season for the summer. And so it is toasty here. And it was my first, it's called an efficiency. It's like a studio with a bedroom. So it's very small. Yeah. So it was like $1 a square foot. It was like $450.
That's a great price.
I've
lived
so
in
good.
efficiency
2003.
Yeah.
And so it was great. I really loved it. And then I just had roommates and I got married right away. But again, as a former Navy spouse, for like nearly 8 years, but he was gone for half of that 8 years. So it's like off and on, I was gone. He was gone and I was alone about 3 or 4 years out of the last half of my marriage. So it's like, even though I had a partner, I was living alone for like 8 to 10 months by myself. Yeah. That was the most, but it was like 6 weeks here. There's underways, there's deployments, there's trainings, there's whatever, so it's like 6 months here, 3 months there. They're just gone. So it's like, I still had the like co-furniture of it all, but it's like, how are you with being alone? And so that was the thing of like, oh, I still have that. It was like, you have this like out of town boyfriend where you're just like, but it's my apartment, know? And so my apartment did become very girly because I was the one existing in it. And the more he got into like Navy special warfare, he's like, I don't care. Yeah. So I was like, we're going to put up that pink Christmas tree and we're going to do all this stuff. So when he left and moved out, there was like nothing for him to take.
Well, that's,
so I was like, all right, great, excellent. And when I closed my nail salon, I had a lot of like girly stuff. Yeah. But I was like, that's also still in my apartment.
I loved it. I always wished that I could go to your nail salon because it just seemed like she handed you a glass of champagne when you walked in. Of course I want to go to that. Yeah. If there's a pug sleeping in the corner, of course I want to go to that.
Margaret Thatcher.
I know. I lived. Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
And Margaret. So rest in power, babes.
Rest in power.
Yeah. So I living alone was not a problem, and then my North Star post divorce was, I don't have to buy a house, but I want to have a life that I afford and no one can take away from me. So it's like, I want to have an apartment that I afford, filled with the things that I love, that I have a life that I have achieved on my own.
And I love that.
It was living alone.
Yeah.
It was living alone and being comfortable in that space, like financially.
Yeah.
Because I have been alone before that. I wasn't afraid of it. Like my former roommate that I lived with before this, he was like, are you going to be okay living alone? Like he likes having somebody.
Yeah.
And he hates coming home to an empty apartment. Like if I'm on vacation or out or something.
Oh man.
And like me, I'm like, I am so comfortable.
No, I love it.
Like I love it. I know that because I work from home and live alone, it's like, I got to watch it, how comfortable I am alone. However, like we are podcasting
in gowns.
Gowns.
That I own with glitter whiskey. And it's like, what? I don't have to ask for anyone's permission. I don't have to, yeah, like, and again, so I don't know if you have themes for the things that you do sometimes.
What do you mean?
Like a word. So it's just like, when you say, oh, your word of the year, what do you want to do? It's like, mine, when I was trying to get financially back on my feet, it was like financially independent or like self-resilient or whatever. But I was like, the word for my apartment for Casa de Blanca Field is uncompromising.
Ooh.
It is uncompromisingly Rachel.
She is a maximalist.
Maximalist
Like
Rachel. If I ever brought anyone home, they were going to know, like, who they're fucking with. Like,
I feel like I have a very similar vibe because my house is very witchy.
Like, my personality is everywhere. And if you could understand the extension of a person through their home, that I'm like, they know who I am. There are no questions.
If
it is sparkly.
If
it
somebody
is
wanted
glam.
to get to know you and you were not here, they could probably walk around this apartment and very much get to know you.
Yeah, they know who I am. Yeah.
And she's thought of all of the littlest things. I am 100% going to leave Colorado. Yeah, of course.
I'm going to get some air in here.
I am going to leave Colorado with a list. Actually, what I have told her is send me the Amazon. Send me that shopping list because I'm about to copy you for everything. It's the first time I've lived alone, so I don't know what things will make my life easier. But she has you have these, for example, she's got these light poles on her ceiling fans. One of them is a light bulb and the other one is a fan. And like they notate which one's which. And if there has not been a million times where I accidentally blinded myself in the middle of the night trying to turn the fan on, like it's those little things. So you're like a professional almost at living alone, like as far as like making sure you have everything you need, but you got to watch it when it comes to working from home because you won't leave the house.
I won't because I love it so much. So yes, it's like the little details, but it's like if I was in my own home ownership, I would be like, I would have like snakes or like mermaid door handles. Like I would okay, you guys.
I'm going to have snake door handles now that you've said it. I'm sorry.
You can't not have
I cannot not have them.
Here's the thing. So, like we call them the nipple lights. Those are the lights that come in with these apartments.
She's renting this place.
I'm renting this place. I bought 5 mini chandeliers.
They're beautiful.
And I uninstalled the nipple lights, put them in a box, put them in my storage, and I have reinstalled. Can we move this real quick to show them?
Yeah, let's actually pick up your phone.
Okay, yeah.
We'll film a different angle so we can cut away just like we did with the special cues.
Yeah.
That way people can see. So go ahead and do like a close up of one of them like lift up and we'll just cut away to that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And you know what I love about her renting the apartment and still changing out the lights is because our economy is to the point where most of us have to continue renting. It's either we go broke paying a mortgage. Like there's so many of us, especially single women who need to continue renting, but you've made it like your space by putting in the lights. You've made it seem less like a rental and more like your space, which I love.
And that's the thing, because I feel like I will be here for a very long time.
Yeah, at least a couple of years.
Yeah, so because I love it. And it's like, I want my space to be my space and what I love and what I want to do. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to put out, I don't know, like $200 on chandeliers, like whatever. But it's like, to me, that's an investment in my happiness in the future that I'm like, I don't want to look at a light and be like, I fucking hate that light,
I hate that booby on my ceiling.
Yeah, but I was like, if it can be better, why not it be better? And those chandeliers, I can take them and put them in my home later.
Right.
And then
I feel the same way about these snake and mermaid tail doorknobs.
Yeah. I was like, I know when to say when. You haven't put the chandeliers everywhere, so I have my line in the sand for myself.
That's true.
It's true.
But I'm about to. I ordered 3 black chandeliers.
Yeah. So, but again, it's like, it's up to me to take that time to move out, to then reinstall 5 light fixtures. Yeah. But again, you come home and you're like, this is Rachel's apartment.
Yeah, and
this is not a normal apartment.
No,
Mm-hmm.
this is not a normal. I walked in and I was like, this is the space. This is the spot. This is her house.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait, actually, for that reason, for you to see mine, because it is very witchy.
Yeah.
Like, I have a black velvet bedspread with black and white striped sheets.
Oh my God, yes.
And with a pillow that's heart-shaped with the word death embroidered on it. And also my
Spooky
room,
season every
I was
day.
laying, exactly, I was
Mhm.
laying down and looking at my ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
My room is actually shaped like a coffin. I'm not even joking.
I love it. It's like, it's perfect. Because you are spooky, and then you call me bougie spooky.
Bougie spooky.
And so it's like, your apartment is spooky, my apartment is bougie.
It's bougie spooky,
It's bougie.
though.
Yeah, it is.
It
'Cause
really
I've got
is.
like some sugar skulls around.
She's got a black Christmas tree
got
up.
a black Christmas tree up with like little glitter
It's
skulls.
the same black Christmas tree that I have, but
Mhm.
she's got white and pink lights on it with
Purple.
glitter. Are they purple?
Purple.
Well,
The
mine
purple
are.
were an addition. It came with the white lights.
So yes, it comes with the white lights,
Mhm.
but I bought like dark purple. They are dark purple lights.
Mm-hmm.
So mine are like purple. Those look like a fuchsia.
Yeah.
But like I love that it's very similar, and then it has like those different touches.
Has like the little glitter sugar skulls on them.
Glitter skulls. I would never put glitter skulls.
I know.
They better be matte black.
Jackie once said, she was like, you know what I love about Halloween, but I just wish there was less of? She was like, I wish less glitter was on decorations. And then I saw something that we both really liked. And then I was like, I wish it was just a little bit more glittery and I would have bought it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I know she loves the glitter.
With black and white field.
We're gonna come out with our own line of glitter, basically.
We need to, because anyone who's known me, if I was your nail tech,
She's
I'm
glitterly
a glitter connoisseur.
She's glitterly fabulous.
How many glitters did I mix for you, ladies?
Yeah, you're all welcome.
Custom glitter. I
Wow,
called
really?
myself a Barbie chemist.
Oh,
Thanks.
actually, Clinky's to Barbie chemist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat the other dough ball. It is
I'm
soaked
letting
up.
mine marinate. Yeah.
It has it has it's
Whoops.
fine.
Just find it later.
I'll find that.
But I will say, living alone, I have a king size bed.
She does. It's the most comfortable bed
It's the most
I've
comfortable
ever been
bed. I've invested in my bed. I've invested in the things that matter. But
Yep.
I was like, I don't know. I was going bed shopping with my mom, and she is a single lady. And I was like, you need to get yourself a king size bed. And she was like, no, only that's for when you have someone to do activities with.
She
And
said
I was-
activities.
Wow. Yep. Bedroom activities with. And so my mom is so cute.
Well, I'm a
Just a
single
little-
woman in my 40s, so I
and-
will have some people.
She's been single for a long time. However, it's more of like, activities or not, I deserve a king size bed.
Yeah,
That is the bed I want to sleep in. That's the bed I have.
now
don't-
now the thing is,
And then
is
you
that,
sleep when you're alone. You can end up sleep sideways in your bed, or you can take up all that real estate and then you just wake up
Diagonal.
sideways. Yes.
Oh, the way you've been
Yes.
trying to sleep diagonal, by the way,
My feet just like
Keep
migrate over.
migrating over, and I'm
so
like, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Because I have half of the real estate that I'm used to.
It's the most comfortable bed, though. And now that I've
I
slept,
paid for the good pillows.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they're great.
Oh, when I
Now
travel,
that
I
I've slept
take
in
those.
your king size bed, I have a queen size bed because I just thought, yeah, I've always slept in a queen size bed. I can sleep diagonally comfortably, but now,
You can't go back when you know better.
no, yeah, now I really want a king size, and now it's happening. So
Mm-mm.
that's we're gonna upgrade.
You're welcome.
And now my sheets aren't gonna fit. My deathbed has to be completely
Your
redone.
deathbed.
That's what I call it, by the way.
Mm.
I have an
So
altar at the end of my deathbed. There's a fur carpet at the end of like a white one.
And you think that you can't keep up with me?
I am all witchy all the time. Men have gotten nervous. You want to hear a funny story?
I did put my pink bedding on because you were coming to be like extra leaning in.
Oh my God, I love it. Do you want to hear a funny story though
Yeah.
about men seeing my bedroom?
Yeah.
I told this man, he was like, we're 40.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you don't look 40. You look like you're maybe 29, 30. And
Yeah.
he's like, how do you stay looking so young? And I'm like, I sacrifice men to the gods. And that's it. And he laughed and I didn't. And then he asked me.
You looked him dead in his eyes.
Well,
And
he
you're like,
asked
"It's not a
me.
joke."
He asked me on a date, and
Mhm.
he like came over. And to be honest, like not to segue, but I will sleep with a man if I'm attracted to him. I want to sleep with him right away because I want to test it out. I don't want to fall in love with you and you have a small penis. I've made that mistake before. It's very disappointing. So I'm going to test it out right away. And I did. And he came in and it said, like, he thought it might have, I think he thought I was joking, but it says like witch on my wall. And I have my altar right there. And I lit a candle at like.
You just need to pull out the knife then. And
Well, I don't have the knife out for people to see because I do
Oh.
have it's like this, it's a knife. Anyways, yeah. So he walks in and he sees the thing and he's like, you were just joking about sacrificing men, right? And I just looked at him like this.
oh my God. And the fact that like one, he still fucked you, but also
He did.
it's like
He did.
if we're living alone and like going out on dates alone and it's just like finally someone is also afraid. I bet he wasn't sharing his location with all his friends.
I bet he wasn't.
He was like, no one will know.
Yeah.
She could chop up my body and no one would know where I am.
No, he wasn't sharing because men don't do
Men
that.
don't do that. They're
No.
not afraid for their
He
safety.
should have been. That's all I
She
have
did
to
not
say.
murder him.
I didn't murder him,
No.
but I did.
She made him see Jesus.
I did absorb his energy,
Mhm. Yeah.
which keeps me looking young.
Yeah. Real quick, these
Are
marinated
really-
balls.
The marinated balls. Yeah,
Balls.
I love a marinated
peach
ball.
sweaty balls. They're so doughy.
These delicious doughy
These
sweaty balls.
Yes.
They're really good.
They are so
Highly
good.
recommend.
I love raw cookie dough, but also it's like marinated in whiskey for a bit.
Okay,
Like,
she says that like it's just a passing thing. It's not that she loves raw cookie dough. It's that she might eat it out of a bowl for a snack at 11 before bed. Because I looked over here in the kitchen last night.
I
And
said
she
I was
had
in
a
my judgment
spoon.
free zone.
She had it. I'm not judging you. I'm admiring you for doing
just
whatever
ballsy.
it is that you want to
Because
do
we live
in your
alone,
own
I do
house.
whatever I want.
Exactly. She's leaning over this bowl with a spoon, and I can't see because these lights are off. And I'm like, what are you doing? I thought it was cereal. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, I'm eating brownie mix.
You guys, I'm so embarrassed. Like,
You shouldn't be. I love it.
because it's like
No, but it gave me permission to eat the brownie mix.
I had made the brownie mix, egg and all. If I'm gonna do something wrong, I'm gonna do something right, and I'm so sorry, you guys. But I'm embarrassed because it's like closet eating at home. But it's like,
no.
make the brownie mix, put it in the fridge. But here's the thing: if I made and I live alone, so who else is gonna eat the brownies because all the brownies are there
Right,
until
but
you eat them?
if you have the mix,
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
here's the
eat it
thing.
all.
Here's the thing: I will eat it all. However, if I made a pan of brownies, those brownies would be gone in 3 days. It's like I eat half a brownie at a time, and then I put it in the refrigerator.
You know what I noticed that I have now that I live alone?
Yeah.
A fully stocked bar. Which is really interesting because I had kids and I should have had a fully stocked bar then. But
They drive you to drink.
I drank all my liquor before I could stock my bar.
It didn't last very long.
It didn't. I would drink a bottle before I could get another bottle.
I drink box wine now because like I can't keep this stock because I drink so much wine.
Yeah.
I was like,
You should put your fancy wines
I should.
up there. Like
Because
you
I
should
put
buy.
up the absinthe that will never be opened, the French absinthe. I put it up there.
I want some of that.
And you can't have it.
I'm gonna go to Europe.
I was like, there are a couple rules in this house. You do not open the
Told me not
absinthe.
to
Don't open the absinthe.
I'm gonna listen. It's
I know.
fine.
It's more of a souvenir bottle anyways.
You know what I have that I probably would have done in my 20s that I did now that I'm 40 but never got to live alone in my 20s? You know what I have in my apartment? A stripper pole.
You do have a stripper pole. And I think this goes to the bigger theme of like, when you live alone, win, lose, or draw, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I have a stripper pole and I can practice. And I was like, fuck yeah, yes, do it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, when you live alone, you can do things that you can't normally do otherwise because there's someone else sharing your space. So like that's the time for softies and that's the time to snuggle. That's the time to like do your coupley thing. Now is the time to get out. All the things.
Yeah.
All the fucking things. Everything you want to do,
do it.
Do it. Because like we all kind of do pair up, and I'm talking to someone now and I was like, oh, I can feel it coming, the pairing up, you know? But it's just like, But I'm very adamant to be like, I am super hyper independent. I need my space, and I will tell you when I need space and quiet. You don't call me or text me. You do not come over. But it's like, this is my space, And so it's just like, and I don't invite anybody in it, So like when they come over, they need to know like, this is rarefied air and it's a special place that not everyone gets to be in.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But it's like, do I want to eat cereal in the middle of the night? Yeah. Do I want to stay up all night? Yeah, absolutely I can. If I want to go to bed at 7 p.m., I sure can do that too. Like, I don't have to justify or say, I'm going to take a nap or I'm going to lay down or should we start dinner? I'm like, I start dinner at like 8:30 all the time.
Girl dinner. I'll be eating potato chips.
But also it's like, okay, so going to Costco, it kind of sucks because my sister and I like split up the food because she buys for a family of 5. And so I just have like party of 1.
Yeah.
But it's like when you got to get on a neighborhood network of like people you can just go to co-shop with Costco with and then like
that's
split
a great idea.
Yes, because it's like, or there needs to be a little single person grocery store that sells, we finally have the half dozen eggs, but we need like the half loaf of bread. It's like, we already have the little milks, but we need like it's the condiments that like they sell on like little beach towns when it's like, oh, you're on vacation. It's like the vacation size condiments that you go to the store.
Yeah, vacation size everything, quite frankly, of food.
It's little. It's like single size, single person size.
I agree.
And so, but I was like, that one steak can last me 3 steaks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried to make steak yet all by myself.
But it's just, I'm also like,
making
a full like recipe of something. I'm like, it serves 4. I was like, ADHD. I'm like, there's not like, I was like, if it's a day late, I won't eat it. And I'm like, there's no safe foods. And so I also waste so much food. But I eat really well.
I wonder if there's actually a recipe book for people that are single and just cooking for one.
My mom actually got me a cookbook that says cooking with only 3 ingredients.
That's a great cookbook.
I know. I never cooked anything in it because I was like, this can't be good.
3 ingredients?
Efficient, maybe. But I was like, that is a salad.
That sounds like white people wrote it. There's no seasoning.
There wasn't great pictures. Yeah, it's fine. I have more than 3 ingredients in this fucking cocktail. Like,
for real?
I think so. Yeah,
we did. Yeah, with the cookie dough.
With
and
the garnish, Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with this glitter.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Those snakes came out good.
I'm excited about those snakes. You really did a good job. The last time you took one out, it broke, right?
It broke right away. So we're gonna have to do an ice episode.
Oh, the people will love it.
The people have to do an ice episode, and I'll link all my you guys, you know what I got. I have Star Wars ice molds coming.
Oh my god.
We have X-Wings. We have Darth Vader.
With
We have
stormtroopers.
We have the Han Solo and Carbonite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the little, and you can make even like a big ice mold, or
We can
even
make
a bunch of the little ones.
Yeah,
Tiny
I can make
Han
a
Solos
big Death
and
Star. Yeah, R2-D2s. And I can't wait till May the 4th because that's still 6 months away. So we're just gonna make Star Wars Day every day we want.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I've got diamonds and big, beautiful squares marinating right now.
I am
Icing up right now.
I don't know how. I love the ice molds. I think I might copy you.
Here's the thing. If everything Rachel does is a vibe, if I am a complete mood of unapologetically being myself, glitter ice molds. Always.
Everybody. If that's the one thing you take away from this episode.
Here's the thing. Be so extra.
Yes.
Be so extra. Like,
Yes.
can it get lonesome sometimes? Sure. But it's like, but here's the thing. I have been in a room full of people feeling lonely and never alone in my own company. Believe it or not, I am quite enough. But
can't
believe it or not. But I'm like, I love my own company. And I think it's really important for anyone to know how to enjoy their own company.
You know what I think the takeaway of the glitter ice molds is like, if you want to do something and you're afraid that people might judge you for it, like buy something, your glitter ice molds is like an action. The glitter is an action. But if you want to do something that you're going to think that other people are going to perceive is extra, fucking do it.
Do it.
If it's gonna make you happy, fucking do it.
You know, the advice we got today on
Yeah.
our call was, you know what, like be yourself, and people that aren't for you might filter out, but that will just bring more people that are for you together.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like if I want to have like ladies' night wine party, I don't have to be like, oh, the girl's coming over. Like, go make yourself scarce.
Yeah, you don't have to tell anybody.
No, I could just, you want to come over and have wine night?
Come over and
We're
get
gonna make
fucked
dinner.
up at my house.
Yeah.
That's what my invitation
Every night
sounds like.
is girl dinner wine night.
Hey, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
I love it.
Hi, Barbie.
I'm goth
Every
Barbie.
night is girls' night. Yeah.
I'm goth
I'm
Barbie.
stereotypical Barbie.
She is stereotypical Barbie, and I am goth Barbie.
And it's so funny because anyone who knows me in real life outside of this apartment, I wear so much black.
You do. You do wear a lot of black.
Because here's the thing, it is a decision fatigue, and I've suffered from it from a long time. But it's like either a black sweater, shirt, jeans, or it's a black tank top, jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I see on a regular basis.
And it's comfortable, and I like it, and I don't have to make decisions. Because I make decisions for every aspect of my life. And especially like moms or what, like decision fatigue is real. And so if I can eliminate one decision of just like, what am I going to wear today? It's because I have that black tank top 5 times over.
Decision fatigue is so real.
And then if like Steve Jobs and like everyone could just be like, oh, he's wearing that black tank top, that's good for him. But like,
Yeah.
Rachel, do you ever change? I was like, yeah, it's just this is my Wednesday black tank top.
Into the other black tank top.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have like a Monday through Thursday, I feel like, black tank top. You have like...
Because it's comfortable. I'm like, it's chic, and I can just wear it anywhere with my little flip-flops. You can take the
support
girl out of California. You can't take California out of the girl.
No, which means you wear your flip-flops year-round.
It's
Outside.
October.
You put them on. I'm wearing socks with my
Yeah.
fancy dress.
Because I love my chanclas.
Who doesn't have
I love my chanclas. When I lived in Washington State,
Mhm.
in Seattle area, people would be like, how the hell are you wearing sandals right now? And I was like, if it is above 40 degrees and dry, I'll be wearing flip-flops. Because I'm just going from the car to the building.
Yeah.
So my feet don't actually have to freeze. I'm not going to be outside just wearing flip-flops in like 45-degree weather.
I don't know. Men specifically
I
from
don't know how
California will
to-
wear shorts and flip-flops year-round.
I don't know how to like wear a shoe with something. Because I'm like, what shoes go? I don't know. Flip-flops go with everything. Flip-flops are a wedge, and I was like, those are still also not winter shoes.
My chanclas do actually go with everything that I wear, for sure.
But
So-
when I lived in San Diego, I was like, your chanclas go with everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to buy a
it's
pair
all
of
year
chanclas to wear year round. That's like almost a San Diego, California law.
Yeah.
It's a law.
But here in Colorado, in Denver metro area, in my outfit, it's like, here is my black tank top, jeans, chanclas. But now it's like black long sleeve shirt, jeans, Uggs, black Uggs.
Yeah.
It's like those are the two things. So it's from chanclas weather to Ugg weather. That's it.
There's no in between.
But
And
now Colorado's drunk, so we have Uggs in the morning, chanclas in the day.
I
and
can't
then
even tell
Uggs
you,
at
I
night.
was fucking freezing this morning. It was probably 20 degrees.
It's not 20 degrees.
It was 20.
It was like 40.
-2. -3.
Do you stop being hyperbolic?
It was so cold. And then I go out at lunchtime, and I was wearing like
You were in Uggs and like yoga and like a
like a flannel,
party, yeah.
and like jeans, and like I went outside and I just started sweating because I've never been to. This is my very first time in Colorado. I know I've said that before, but it's a new thing. We are so close to the sun here. It is very bright.
We are okay. Our hometown was 65 feet below sea level.
and this is.
We are 60. With that added in, we are 6,500 feet closer to the sun. We are 1.25 miles closer to the sun.
It's so
Bright.
bright. Like
It's
I'm
bright.
wearing my sunglasses outside, blinded.
I got a really bad sunburn by sitting outside because it was 50. You guys, Colorado, in the springtime, it was like 57 degrees outside, and it was warm in the sun. It was warm in the sun. It's 57 warm in the sun. You know where I'm at. And I was just talking on the phone with my friend, and I was like, oh, yes, it's first time. I'm like, I'm probably going to get a little sunburn because that's what I am. I sent
red.
her
She looked so funny.
lobster.
Lobster.
So I sent her, and I have like this tube top on, and I just have like a line of demarcation, and I have my sunglass. I have a sunglass sunburn and a tube top sunburn.
It is not a cute sunburn.
It's
it
not
was like a heavy
like I had a
sunglass.
I love a
line.
big glass. I love big glasses, and so it was just like it was ridiculous. Like raccoon lines.
These
Yeah.
pointy, dark.
And then like a line just like that with like and so she's like, how did that happen? And I was like, it was so nice outside finally that I could finally stand to be outside. And so then she's just laughing her ass off.
Even outside for?
Well, my pasty white ass, it was an hour and I got like a very deep sunburn. I peeled, you guys. And here's the thing, I'm no stranger to sunburns, and even I knew it was bad. And so she's laughing at me, and I was like, "Ooh, it's not so funny now, huh, bitch?" Like, you know, because she's just like, "It's so bright," and I was like, and then you're cold, and you're like, "Oh, it's warm finally." Like we're just coming up from hibernation.
Yeah,
You're gonna get sunburned here, and then you're not gonna laugh at me.
I
anymore.
don't understand this place is
this climate. Well, everyone tell you like Colorado is drunk most of the year because it'll snow and then like the next day it'll be like 60 degrees. And so that's the thing about wintertime here. It's really beautiful because the snow, like I don't know about Midwest winters, but it'll like snow and it'll stay cold. And then the snow won't melt and be gray and it won't be pretty. But Colorado is a pretty winter because it snows and then it melts.
Okay.
And it snows. So it's like, it's always very pretty. It's always picturesque.
Nice.
Like, and it's like the snow doesn't stay around so much that you hate it, that you need to see something else. Cause like, I still always see the trees.
Well, apparently I have been downloaded on, this is my very first year, not only living alone, but I am living in a place where I actually knew nobody. I moved.
You packed up and just moved.
Yeah. I split. I drove across the country, moved to a town I'd never lived in.
I had a soft landing. I moved in with my sister.
And you have a support. You had a support.
I had a support system.
I was alone, and let me tell you, if you're thinking about doing it, just fucking do it. It's an adventure. It's an adventure like you've never been on. It is hard. There were some days like right at the beginning where I was just crying and lonely because I knew nobody, and the town is this big. I moved to a town of 20,000. But the town is tiny.
Did you ever think you made the wrong decision though?
Not ever.
In a bad day.
No, I never did. I never ever made the wrong decision. I was just lonely. But like I'm really excited about this little town because we are nestled up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And I have seen what happens. So what happens is that if there's a big blizzard, the snow will stick. Yeah. And it'll stay around for a couple of days and then it'll melt and rush away. Yeah. But usually, instead of like the all-day rains that I told you about, they have just all-day snows, and it doesn't stick.
Oh, because it's still warm.
Yeah, it's a little bit warm, but then it snows, but it doesn't. So you have that effect of like snowing, and there's just
Then you don't have to live with snow. That's that's nice because it's like it gets on the roads, and then it's dangerous, and then it's like I do not drive in snow. Like I was like, nope, I don't got it. I got a 4-wheel drive now, but I do not mess with winter driving.
I really feel like
I grew up in the desert. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, I've driven in a blizzard. Oh, honestly, driving in a blizzard looks like you're going light speed in Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part.
I do like that kind of snow, but like when I'm behind a safety of a building window. Yeah, but I do love light speed snow because light speed snow is slow,
and you're just driving,
and it's thick, and it's like light and fluffy. Yeah, it's like a dry snow. Yeah, light speed snow. Exactly. I like that term for it. I've never used it, but I'm like, that is exact. It was like, we need to have Star Wars ice on light speed snow days. Yes, yes. Great idea. Write it down. I have a Millennium Falcon mold.
Please, let me write it down.
Get your hair out of my whiskey.
Oh God, my bad.
Get your hair out of my whiskey.
Jeez. Well, you know what? It adds a little bit of.
Protein, keratin, and protein.
Keratin, that's what it is.
They're down there. That's fine.
This drink was perfect.
It was so good, so beautiful but like, you got it is dessert in a cup.
It is
like
could you imagine?
It might make you slip into a diabetic coma.
Could you imagine just shooting these for a party?
I don't want to.
Because the thing is that I could, and I might, and I might report back.
And then I was like, have 3 of these and like stand up and turn around. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's say 35% alcohol by volume, 70 proof.
I got 2 of them in here.
Yeah, you do.
I'm having a good time.
Good time.
No, you know what I think my biggest advice, like I want to talk about advice moving into a place by yourself.
Oh yeah,
for the first time.
Yeah.
So my advice is find if you're okay, let me just preface. My situation is I needed to leave quickly so that I could end a relationship that wasn't good for my mental and emotional health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of women identify with that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need to do that, move to a small town. Move to a small.
I was like, you're gonna fall in love like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, like literally
a Hallmark movie.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
That's exactly. First of all, my town looks like a Hallmark movie set, like a Lifetime movie set. That's what it looks like. Mm-hmm. I'm in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It is beautiful.
Everyone wears flannels. There are lumberjacks walking. This is how I picture
there
it.
are lumberjacks.
Very handsome
as
Southern
far as
men.
the eye can see.
Mm-hmm.
The town has maybe 20,000 in it, but it's still a college town. So when school's in session, there's 25,000 people in it.
You don't say.
But like that I think is my advice. If you are a woman who needs to get out of a situation that isn't great and you need to find somewhere to live, find a small town. It's going to be
small town.
Yeah, it's going to be less expensive for you to move to
Go
if
live
it's
your
tiny.
best Lifetime movie life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's small, when you start getting to know your townspeople, you're going to have a community to protect you from what you're getting away from. And I think that's really important to mention because my community has been protecting me. My community knows why I'm there. When I moved there, they all know, they look out for me. They ask me how I'm doing when I see them.
How did you establish those connections? Yeah,
so because the town is so small, there is a one strip downtown. One. That's it.
Oh, we know what that's like.
It's beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's beautiful, though. I can't wait for you to come and see it. You're gonna die. You're going to die.
Well, at least I'm gonna be in a coffin-shaped room.
Yeah, you will be in a deathbed.
Yeah.
So
already stocked up.
There is one downtown strip, and all of the business owners in that strip, they work at their businesses. So I went in and I talked to people and I introduced people and I was like, listen, I'm coming here. I'm getting away from something terrible. And, I just want to meet as many of you as I can. And like, now I go into the downtown and the owners know me when I see them. They're like, hi, Jackie, how are you doing? And like, they know where I live. They know, like, they wave to me when I see them. And I think that, like, if you're getting away from something terrible, and I mean teeny tiny, do not move to a city. Do not move to anywhere that's over like 500,000 people. If you're trying to get away from something, move to that tiny town
where they care about their
community. Give a shit about you. They give a shit about their neighbors. They know who their neighbors are. And it's just one of those things. It can protect you if you're in that situation where you need that kind of protection. And I really do feel very protected in my town.
And that's really wonderful. And also to get comfortable in your own skin, in your own space, being alone. I know you take yourself out on dates alone.
I do, on a regular basis.
I have taken myself out on movie and a date, and I don't sit at the bar.
Yeah, I
don't
make a reservation.
You take yourself out and you get comfortable being alone in public.
Yes, I make
actual. If you can do that, no one can fucking touch you.
That's right. Dude, that is so important to say. I actually make actual dinner reservations. I actually buy myself flowers. I get myself dolled up.
Once a week. Yep.
You do buy yourself flowers, which I love. Yep. Girlfriend, buy yourself the goddamn flowers.
You're worth it. If you're not worth a $10 bouquet of roses, then
from Walmart, go get yourself the flowers that make you happy, that make you smile.
Fresh roses in my apartment.
She's got them in her kitchen and by her bed, which I think is such an important thing. That's actually one of the things. I do that for
myself because also I will not wait for a man to buy me flowers and have it be special.
Right.
You should know, like, she can buy herself roses. I better step up or do something nicer because, like, if I want roses, I'm going to buy myself roses. And I buy the colors that I want. Like my favorite are like the yellow with like the orange tips on them, but It's just more of like, I'm not going to wait around for anything in this
Mhm.
world. If I want
Mhm.
roses, I'm going to buy myself roses. I'm not ever going to just wait for like, oh my God, I finally got roses. If I want them, I will get them.
Yeah. And get them for
Absolutely.
yourself and take
Mhm.
yourself on a date.
They make me happy.
I actually was so uncomfortable going on my first date by myself to the movie theater.
It will feel icky.
It does.
It will feel icky, but once you're comfortable with it, other women will look at you and be like, I wish I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
They will wish they could be you.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
It's so like once you start spoiling yourself,
Mm-hmm.
nobody can come in and unspoil you.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
It's just like the next level.
Please do not come over here and try to unspoil me because I'm trying to spoil
I can
myself
buy
right now.
myself this bottle of wine. I can buy myself this fancy dinner.
I could take myself to New York City.
Yes.
Guys, on a vacation.
Are you like, make my life better? That's what it means.
Yeah.
Make my life better.
That's my favorite thing. What's your advice for living alone, like your first time? Because like you do have a lot of experience living alone as a Navy spouse, but when I was an Army spouse,
I'm like alone.
I had kids.
Yeah.
So I never really got that part.
All I had were the dogs.
Yeah.
So again, just as a single woman, but I'm like, I know everyone's like, okay, I don't have a bottom floor apartment. Like there are ways about it to do, but it's like, I don't feel scared. Like,
no,
I don't feel scared. I love it. And it's like, okay, this is how I picture my life. Like I have great friends. And I know that like when my besties are single, it's like, we just be like, hey, come over, I have a question, or like whatever, you want to just hang out, like we could just do that. And in this moment of my life, I know that this is the good part.
Yes.
And it's like, it won't ever always be so good. But I am living. And when I look back and be like, oh, wow, it was so good then. I'm like, I know it is so good.
Yeah.
Right
and
now.
You're like living in the moment.
I am living in the moment of how sweet it is.
Yeah.
And it is not wasted on me.
I love
like
that.
I am in the good part.
Yeah.
I am in the great part. And I'm like, I hope it's always this good. But again, change is like, only
inevitable.
Change. But I'm just like, like my bestie could get married, whatever. But it's just more of like, I know I'm living in the sweet spot.
Yes.
Like, and I
So,
want
like,
to, it's so good.
So like basically your advice is
appreciate when you have it.
That.
Don't wish for the next.
Be in
don't
that
wish
moment.
for the next, when am I going to meet somebody? When am I going to do this? Like, it is so good right now. And I was like, and I just, like, I want to just extend it and I want it to let it linger.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I just signed a lease on this. I got a year, but I'm like, I'm going to be here for a while. And it's just like, it is such a good spot. And I like that I am truly living in the moment to know how sweet it is.
It's a really,
how good
it's a gift that you're living so permanently in the moment right now.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because like that's only, I think the bonus of that,
Mm-hmm.
you living in the moment, and honestly, like I sort of feed off of it. Like I know that I love my apartment.
Yeah.
I love having that purple couch. I love having the deathbed. Like, you know what I'm saying? It inspires me to stay in the moment, which only continues to make everything better because I'm appreciating it.
And also, when the chapter comes to a close on this apartment, we can always look back and be like,
that was good.
Do you remember my North Star apartment?
Yes.
Do you remember the chandeliers I put into it?
Yes.
Do you remember? I ran into my neighbor the other day, and she knew me in my old apartment in this complex. We're like, hey, stranger, blah, blah. And I was like, the apartment is ready. The chandeliers are up. And she knew that I had a chandelier in my bedroom, but she didn't. She's like, I'm sorry, did you just say chandeliers plural? And I was like, damn right I did. I'll see you next week.
Goddamn right.
Ring a ding ding. Like, yes. Like, she's like, chandeliers? I was like, yes.
And like
plural.
that actually is super inspiring to make more changes in my apartment that might be semi-permanent. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be there for a minute.
The chandeliers come out.
They do. They all come down. It's not a big deal. So like do that. Personalize your space when you're living in your own space for the first time.
Make it yours.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and maybe you're living alone because someone moved out. It was like, make it yours. Make it yours. Don't be like, I'm existing in a place that doesn't feel like mine. I'm like, I'm going to make it feel like mine.
I love that.
It's going to be mine. There are things from past lives around here, absolutely. But I'm like, this is mine.
But
And
it's your space.
everything in my apartment makes me so happy, and I just fall in love with myself more and more.
Which is so fucking important, especially at this age. For our listeners, it is extremely important to just re-fall in love with yourself.
And to appreciate how far I have come.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And be like aware of it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, dang. I can't. You got it. You do a cheers. You got it.
All right.
All right.
So we've been recording for an hour. I feel like that is like the epitome. We've gone through our takeaways, our advice, our cheese mail, and our cocktails.
Yes. So thank you for joining us on another fantastic, fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent and
Spellbound with Black
and Whitefield.
Love you. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Spellbound portion of Whiskey Bent and
Spellbound with Black
and Whitefield. Oh my gosh, I loved that cocktail that we made.
I'm telling you,
I am
the easiest cocktails I've ever drank in my life, and I will drink so many more.
And we're drinking it right now with my R2D2 ice mold, and it goes down so easy, straight. It is, it's dessert in a cup, and I am here for it 1,000%. So there's been a little time between when we originally recorded that and what we're doing now. Jackie, do you have any more takeaways about living alone or being a single lady? What are your after
You
thoughts?
know, here's the thing is that I have noticed one major thing, living alone for the first time in 40 years ever. This is my very first time. We've said that before on the podcast, but here's what I've noticed. My forks aren't disappearing. They are not. They stay in the drawer, or they're like, you know, being washed, whatever. My knife block, it has all the knives in it. All the knives. It's crazy. My cookies that I bought a week ago, they're still in there. I still got some because I only eat them 2-3 at a time. It's amazing. That's like the big takeaway for me as a single lady living by myself for the very first time in 40 years, is that things are not disappearing like they used to when there was children or a man in my house.
Yeah, or oh no, my clothes are still in the dryer. It's like there's no one to blame but myself.
You just reminded me that I have clothes in the dryer.
You're welcome. That is what bestie business partners are here to do.
My own fault.
Yeah, it's true. You're welcome. I got you, girl. Yeah. But I say my takeaways, you know, again, I can change things in my apartment as I just changed my background. My backdrop with new sparkly sequin curtains. I don't have to ask anyone what to do in my apartment. Every executive decision is my choice, and I love it. And I know, and again, as we were talking about, I'm living in the sweet spot, and I know how good it is right now. And again, that has not changed. Like, I'm just leaning.
I know you actually
more of how much I love my life. I love my life.
Yeah, you texted me the other day about how this is the sweet spot. You were like, I am just so excited to be right here, right where we are. Yeah. In our lives, like in my life, you were like, in my life, I love exactly where I am. I'm so excited for next year because I know it's going to be amazing. And like, I could not agree more. It's going to be such a butterfly year for us.
I had in retrospective, you know, I had a glass of wine. I was getting a little like sentimental, but it was just very much like I hadn't taken a moment to really enjoy the growth I had gone through this year, because it was just very rushed of like, in January, I was like, I'm going to lose my job. This is not good. And now it's like new apartment. I'm killing it at work, even though sometimes anxiety is still there. You guys will hear me talk about it all the time. But it's like living with a roommate, full apart, everything I've ever wanted, I got this year. And I just was taking a moment to really appreciate that, of finally becoming a life coach after wanting to do it for 5 years plus, you know, or finally acknowledging that that's kind of what I wanted to do. And I did it. And launching another business and just having so much fun with you with this podcast. And it was just more of like being single and living alone. It was very much like I got to focus on me in a way I never have before. And I was just so very thankful to have that opportunity. And again, I know I am living in the moment. And even though when this chapter of my life closes and moves on to the next one, it's like I loved being here. I love being here. And it will, if and when I look back on it, it'll just be like, oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That was a good time.
I love it. And the time is not wasted on me.
It's not. I had such a fucking good time when we were doing that. And when
that
I was
was
in Colorado, we just had like the best, like we had so many good moments that like every once in a while me and you are like, oh my God, we haven't talked about this yet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
And
this
like this
past-
episode, watching it back, like that's the way it felt.
And that's the thing. This past recording that for the Double episode, that was day 3.
Yeah.
It was day 3.
We were like falling into like a whole groove of basically like, because I was there for a week, like
Yeah.
the full 7
Saturday
days.
to Saturday.
Falling
Yeah.
into the groove of living together. And it was so much fun. And it was like something that I've kind of always wanted to do, have a cute like little roommate situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40 now, so I don't need a fucking roommate. But like
No.
when I was 20, that was like the thing to do. You live with your girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get that chance. So it was nice to like have that little experience, make a cocktail, talk gossip, talk about like what we've been doing and how we've been kind of making up for the time. It was just so much fun.
And I really thrive with my female friendships 1,000%. And I know I have a really fantastic group around me to stand by my side and that I'm proud to stand next to. And so it was really great because I live alone. I'm like, oh yes, I'm thriving in this space, but to bring a bestie in and just be like, and again, to have that experience that we never had together growing up. We were good acquaintances. We were friendly, but it's like, yeah, you say, oh, you went over to my house once for lunch. Like there were no sleepovers. We were not in those same social groups together, but to actually have the like friendship that, dare I say, we were always meant to have, that we got to play in each other's closets, that we got to gossip, giggle in bed till all hours of the morning.
Oh my God, that was the best part.
Yes. So it was just more
We
of
literally
like
had 7 slumber parties.
7, yes, every day, ordering takeout, cooking together. It was just so much fun. And I never got sick of you. And from being so comfortable in my own space, it never occurred to me that I would be like, oh, what if I'm sick of her when I invited you out? But then
what if I get sick of her by day 3?
Oh my God, what if I need like my own space? Because I'm really used to being my own space. I never got sick of you once. I was like, maybe I am not such a recluse as they say that I am,
Right?
So it felt really good to just not spend every waking moment with you, but also make up for 27 years apart. I'll say it, but it was just really wonderful to be the women that we've grown into, and to really have that friendship that we've always were meant to have, that we should have had back then, with our adult money, going to whiskey tastings, dressing up in each other's closet, trying on the wigs, doing the makeup. At our peak selves, we're still like, ooh, if I had to wait 27 years to have that experience with you, Jackie, I would wait 27 years again. It was 1,000% worth it.
Worth it. It was the best week of the year. We did everything. I can't wait for our next like business visit.
Yes.
I know we're putting in the word business. Isn't that nice that we work together?
I'd be like, the company's paying for it.
And we can like do all the things. It's fantastic.
Exactly. Oh, I'm buying more whiskey. Oh, the company, it's research.
I know I told somebody the other day, I was like, no, I drink pretty much every day, but I'm drinking whiskey. I'm just having a glass. We're doing research. And they're like, oh, it must be terrible.
What a terrible life we have.
What a terrible job you have.
And by that, I mean, we love it. You are shuffling the cards, Jacqueline Bouvier.
I've been shuffling.
Onassis. You are shuffling. It is going to be a good card pull today. Are you ready?
So, well, here's the thing.
Mm.
One card immediately jumped out.
Okay.
So I'll read that one. Like, I don't know if that's
What does it mean to you when a card jumps out? What does that mean to us?
Okay. To me,
Mhm.
it can mean something to somebody who reads differently.
Mhm.
I'll put it to you that
That's
way.
fair.
It depends on your relationship with the cards.
Mhm.
You know who, whatever it is, you know who is pulling these for you. You know where you're getting these messages from. In my world, when I pull cards, in my head, I'm communicating with spirit guides who I personally believe are my ancestors and their ancestral energy. So all of their lessons that they learned in their life is attached to their energy, whether they have reincarnated or not. Some of their energy is still in that fold
Mhm.
of energy that we are all a part of.
Mhm.
In my world of spirituality, we are all a part of a singular energy. Christians call it God.
I
Muslims
call it the universe.
right. You call it the universe. I call it the fold.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I've never heard of it called that before.
Call it the fold. So when people pass,
Mhm.
sometimes their energy can stay for a while before it goes back into the fold.
Ghost wings.
But we're all a part of the fold. We're
Mhm.
all connected by that energy. Every living thing and every inanimate object has energy. And then there is this, I call it like the fold. There
Mhm.
is this big fold. And when we come here to this existence, and when we leave, we take a portion of it, we bring a portion of it to this existence, and then we go back into the fold. And then that energy.
I always say we're reclaimed stardust and borrowed time.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
very much fits what I'm trying to say. Very, very.
So my universe is just reclaimed stardust.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
So what?
personally, I have very close family members that have passed away that I feel very spiritually connected to. They passed away when I was very, very little, but my mom tells this story often that after my grandmother passed away,
Mhm.
that she walked into my room and I was sitting at the end of my bed and I was talking. And I have a memory of sitting at the end of my bed and talking to my grandmother who was standing in front of me. She says, I asked you who you were talking to, and you said your grandmother. I remember talking to my grandmother, my mom walking in, and then my grandmother wasn't there, but her energy was left.
Mhm.
I don't know if that makes sense. So I know that in my heart of hearts, if I'm talking to my spirit guide, that's who it is. I put that name on it. It's
Mhm.
probably multiple of my ancestors, but I put that focus on it
And when
so that I can call it to me.
Yeah. And because again, deconstructing from the church, it's like I struggle to call it God, but again, I think it could still be spiritual. So I always say like it's more of like the universe, but it's still very vague and gray. Yours seems very like not black and white, but very defined. And mine is like I haven't defined it yet. So it is still very wispy and not outlined yet, but I was just to me it's still this like vague thing that I'm like the universe wants this because I don't want to call it this thing yet, but I haven't
It's
niched
a human thing
down.
to need to put a name on stuff.
Yeah.
You kind of don't have a name for it, so you're just calling it universe, but you have a very visual picture in your mind of what it is.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like there is something bigger than me out there. I guess maybe it's a scientific agnostic where it's like there's something bigger than me out there. Do I want to call it God? No, but I'm like there's
That's the vibration.
there's vibrations in the universe, and so I just call it universe, big U universe.
Oh, I love
But
that.
yeah,
Sky Daddy.
Beyonce. She looks like Beyonce. And so it's just like, but me, it's like, oh, I'm just reclaim stardust and borrowed time. So what am I going to do with that magic? Is kind of where I'm in my life now.
Love that.
So when your spirit guides pop a card out, so that's when a card
Yes.
pops out, back to the original conversation,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
your spirit
Maybe.
guides saying this one,
You need that one.
this one. Okay.
You're
I
gonna
like
probably
it.
pull 3, but you need that.
So,
It's
so
almost
the
like
one,
I feel like I see her standing over me.
Mhm,
I feel her right here.
mhm.
And like as I'm shuffling, she's going,
I'm going to
grab
meddle.
just that one.
So that one comes out and then you pull 2 more because one was pulled for you.
I feel
Or
like
you-
I started in a 3-card pull mindset, so I know I'm gonna pull 3.
Mhm.
And then sometimes the cards that jump out, they've jumped out at us before. They sort of tie everything together.
I like it. I am ready to receive.
Whoa.
I'm in the space.
I know I gave a very long, I went down PCH to go a block over to Long Beach. My bad, you guys.
For our California listeners, we love you so much. You can take California out of the girl. You can take girl out of California. You can't take California out of the girl.
Never.
All right, card pull, Jacqueline.
Okay, so the first one is the King of Pentacles. I'm not familiar with this one, so I'm gonna look it up.
King of
Second
Pentacles.
one, 4 of Cups.
4 of Cups.
Third, 2 of Wands.
2 of Wands.
Swords. Sorry, my bad. 2 of
2 of
Swords.
Swords. Oh, she looks good.
Yeah.
Which one was the one that jumped out?
We'll talk about it last.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because it is it's an interesting one. You know what I'm saying? So, okay.
I'm ready.
So first one is that King of Pentacles. Okay. King of
This is a new
Pentacles.
card for the show.
Yeah, we haven't pulled King of Pentacles. King is the devoted emissary, grounded exploration, and a sensible path to success. You know, this might be something that people are thinking about. They need a path to success. They need somebody to guide them. They need like a mentor, somebody who's like devoted to them that they can like ask questions of. So really that's what the King of Pentacles is about, like finding somebody in your realm of need, help you down that path of success. It says the birds may squawk at the rider to pick up their pace and bring the horse to a gallop, but their mind is set and their steady step will not be altered by these angry croakers. This one can be relied upon to see the quest to the end. Honestly, this one really feels like a path card.
A path.
You're thinking about a path.
Okay.
To go down, but you feel like maybe you need a guide to go down that path. I don't know, maybe you don't feel as confident. Some people need a guide. Sometimes you need someone to hold your hand to go down that path that maybe you're scared to go down.
Like
Rachel's
me and
a life
you.
coach.
I am a life coach and a business mentor as well.
I mean, that's like your thing.
That is absolutely my thing.
Life coaching. So that's a really interesting card, the King of Pentacles. That path.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Focus,
warm
like
with that
focus
card. Yeah.
on the path that you want to go down, and maybe you need somebody to help you go down it.
Maybe that's why we reconnected, to be like, Jackie, we should do a podcast.
Yeah.
We jumped on it and we just couldn't let it go.
Something I know about cups, because the second one I said 4 of Cups.
4 of Cups.
Something I know about cups is about like receiving, trying to fill your cup is like always the analogy. So, but this has a lot to do for a quest for perfection. So you want to go down a road and you think you need somebody to hold your hand because you desperately want to be perfect at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's a little bit of doubt in really wanting to be perfect. Man, for people, for girls with ADHD, the way we like need to be perfect all the time so people don't think it's a personality thing, you know what I'm saying?
We're masking. I was like,
Yeah.
perfection paralysis. I love when people make names for things.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So this is about a quest for perfection, your own self-doubt, but you want to complete something. Maybe there's a little bit like that you still need to learn from this King of Pentacles you've been thinking of asking for help from. And then finally, the Two of Wands. Or sorry, not Two of Wands, Two of Swords. Why do I keep calling wands swords? Or swords wands?
Well, they're
It
both
might be
magic in
because
their
of
own
the-
way.
It might be because of the lesbian. It's fine. It's cool. This one, Two of Swords, is about careful consideration.
Okay.
It's just about like really thinking about your options, waiting for a really good moment to pounce on the opportunity.
Mhm.
Okay. So if we're putting these together, you want to go down a road. You want to pursue an opportunity. I don't even know if this has something to do with the show that we did, because we did talk about living by ourselves for the first time and like what
Yeah.
that was like and like reconnecting. But
Mhm.
this is a lot about going down an unknown road and meeting somebody to guide you down it, almost somebody that's like maybe been successful in that road before. And then Four of Cups, you feel like doubtful or you need guidance. And then the final one, Two of Swords, just take that careful consideration. Maybe ask for a sign. Maybe ask for a sign of what like the next thing needs to be. And I love asking for signs, specific signs from the universe or like spirit.
Mhm.
I ask for like a ladybug from spirit. Those are pretty
Your
easy to
grandmother.
see.
Mhm.
Yep, from my grandmother,
Mhm.
as a yes or no. If I see a ladybug in the next 3 days, it's a yes. If I don't, it's a no. And then I go with my gut. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing.
I feel like even though it's not like I believe not like signs, but like I'm not into numerology, but I'm not into numerology.
I love
Again, I
numerology.
do. Like I'm like I love even numbers kind of things. Like again, it was weird. My mailbox in San Diego was 120. My mailbox here is 240. It was just more of like abundance, and that seems like the right thing to do, you know. I will say, living in this apartment, everything is an odd number and I don't like it. That's the only thing I don't like about this apartment is that the address is an odd number. My mailbox is an odd number. Like,
There's smoking odd numbers.
I know, but I'm like an even number kind of gal.
Yeah.
But again, I was like, this is a beautiful apartment. The rent was an even number, very wonderful
Yep.
even number. But it was just more of like, oh, my address is an odd number. Like it's not lining up, but it's gonna. It aligned for me. But yeah, I allowed odd numbers into my life in this apartment. But again, oh, this is the fourth
This is the
card.
one that popped out.
This is the one. Okay, so we have a bonus card.
So this is the one that popped out and it's about not trusting people.
Okay, so what is it?
So this is the Four of Pentacles.
Four of Pentacles.
About
Okay.
mistrust, period.
Mm-hmm.
Which I super find interesting because of the way these cards read.
Mm-hmm.
The way these cards to me read like there is something that you want to do. There's like a goal or like a path. And I feel very touched by these cards. Like these cards resonate with me.
They're speaking to me, but I'm taking something from these cards today for sure.
I love that. I love that. So you want to do something. You want to go down a certain road and you know that you need help going down that road, and maybe there's even somebody that you know that you can ask to help you go down that road because they've been down that road before.
Mhm.
You need maybe like a little bit of guidance. And then let me just remind myself. Four of Cups is like, we're always like, you want to go to that road, but you're like afraid that you're not going to be good at it
Mhm.
because you're always on a quest for like perfection.
Mhm.
So that's why you feel like you need this guide. This one's very heavy. Like I almost feel heavy in the chest reading it. And then you have to take very careful consideration of who you maybe ask to guide you down this road, because like there's a little bit of mistrust deep in your soul. So for me, this resonates as like, I would love to find somebody to be a little bit like a mentor to me, but I feel like I'm always like, I always need to be perfect. And I need to be careful who I ask, because if I ask the wrong person, they are going to either do me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to be the right person. They're either going to lead me to the right path, down the wrong path, or they're going to use me in some way. And because of that, I'm holding all of my cards. Oh, we've had this card before, by the way.
Ooh, have we?
Yeah, we have, holding our cards to our chest,
Mm-hmm.
being very, very protective. So in that aspect, I am connecting, and like, I don't know who I should ask, because I don't want to tell future business plans to somebody I can't trust.
This is how I take it. Like we talked a lot about living alone on our episode.
Yeah.
Pros, cons. What if someone is afraid to live alone for the first time? What if they are taking careful consideration to leave a situation that you talked about in your episode?
That's true.
Maybe they mistrust a partner. Maybe they are not sure about trusting themselves in this big life transition that they may be thinking. And so I'm like, what if they're not looking to Whiskey Bent Spellbound, but it's like, oh, this podcast could be like, take the step. It's going to be okay. Trust yourself. Like these women did it. Not that we are their mentors, but it's also like we stepped out in the unsureness. We were unsure about what we wanted, and
If
we
you
did it.
need to step out and you don't feel like you can trust anybody, just hold your cards to your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it to your chest.
Yeah, that's kind of how
No.
I'm interpreting this.
I love that.
Like,
I love that you interpreted it that way.
We can be a safe harbor for those questioning whether or not they want it, whether or not they can. Yes, you absolutely can.
You can.
Mhm.
If I can, if she can,
Mm-hmm.
you can.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I love that you read that with me, because you did get, I think, the message that was meant for the wider audience.
Yeah, because it's like, yes, it's like, yes, I want a mentor and we all want that. But I was like, I could see myself as like, whether it's through business, life coaching, through the podcast, I was like, oh, I see myself like as that mentor for somebody that I always want to be, to help. Again, I've said it in past episodes. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And we're going to get up the mountain together.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I'm in the business for. So it's more of like, I believe in you, babes. You can do it. Mm-hmm. What's your name?
Really,
What did you come
I
here
love
to
how
do?
the cards like talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really, when I saw these, I was like, oh, is this for just me? Is this for just her? And when you said that, I was like,
This is for
yes,
somebody.
this is for somebody out there who needs to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You got us. If you need somebody to be in your corner, it's us.
Always. I'm in your corner, even in the roundest of rooms.
And 100%, we'll make a corner.
Yep. We'll do it. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Oh, what a fantastic reading, Jacqueline. Oh, I'm here for it today.
Love the cards. Don't
Love
you?
the cards. Cards love me. I love the cards.
I love you.
Well, we will that will take us out for another fantastic episode of Whiskey Bent and
Spellbound with Black
Whitefield. Clinkies.
Clinkies.
Love
Love you. Bye.